youngest son is having his moving up ceremony today, and filled with so many emotions because he's my last boy. My other two sons are teenagers and they're almost on their way out of high school at this point. So for me, this is the last first grade. It's a little heartbreaking, but I'm very excited for him. He is such a good brother. He is such a good son. He is the sweetest thing ever. He's my wingman when it comes to dancing. He is his siblings' protector. And he is around a lot of sisters that are closer in his age than he is with his older brothers, because his older brothers are definitely 10 plus years, ahead of him. And it's nice to see that comparison and all the things that he's learning and that he's adapting, and that he is essentially going to be a very well rounded young man. I'm very excited to see what happens. I'm kind of low key trying to tell him, like, hey, you should be a firefighter. But we'll see. It seems like his sister Sidoni is en route to become a painter artist. That's just like her thing. The other ones are looking into theater. And then the other ones are just seeing where things, life takes them, which is completely normal. Everyone's human and everyone deserves a chance to explore. So I'm completely okay with that. But the littles are definitely molding themselves, and I'm very, very excited. So without further ado, today we are going to go to my son's moving up ceremony, and then we're going to take him to eat his favorite food, which is pizza. And it's just going to be us, me, dad and I, and Stacey, because it's always good to have one-on-one time with each child so that they don't feel neglected and they feel seen and they can speak and they can feel, heard. I'm very excited for this. And yeah, my baby. I'm not crying, you are. I'm not crying, you are. Okay. Get it together, Baba. Get it together. But a little story time. Stacy's name is from the movie The Lords of Dogtown. Hubby wanted, he always loved the name Stacy, and for a boy. And he was like, when we had Stacy, he was like, I want to name him Stacy. I was like, okay, cool. I'm very big on that type of stuff. I actually wanted to name my last children different gender roles names. So Stacy obviously is a boy. However, in different cultures, we do see like Leslie, Jesse, Stacy. I've seen a lot of white guys named Ashley. In Jamaicans, I've seen a lot of Jamaicans, Caribbean men with those type of names. So it's not uncommon. It's definitely not uncommon. But for Puerto Ricans, because we are Puerto Rican, it was definitely like when people found out that we named him Stacy, they were like, why would you name him a girl's name? And we were like, because we want to. So, fun fact, disclaimer, whatever you want to call this, do not let other people dictate how you raise your children and how you want to move on in life with your family. You're creating your little small family. You do what you want with your small family. No one can tell you anything else, because you're, at the end of the day, you're the only people responsible. You and your partner are the only people responsible for your children. So you want to name your child Timbuktu, you do that. But I name mine Stacy. And his sister, who's 9.5 months, they're 9.5 months apart. They're Irish twins. Her name is Ralphie. Yeah, we did that. And I don't care. And if you see Stacy in person, if you meet him in real life, it fits him so well. The name fits him so, so, so well. Yeah, just wanted to give you guys that little nugget. I'm actually going to start getting ready because I have extensions put in, and I have to dry my hair a certain type of way. So it might take me a little bit of time, and I am on a time crunch. We have to be there by 10 a.m., which means that I only have approximately 45 minutes to get this going. Now, it is already almost summer, so that means I am not going to be doing too much makeup, primarily because I already started tanning. I sunbathed yesterday on the fire escape. If you saw my short, yeah, I was sunbathing. And then the few days before that, we were outside in the courtyard with, I had a bathing suit on and my kids were playing in a inflatable pool that my parents got them for the summer on days where we cannot go to the pool or the beach because, again, remember, we have an autistic child and outings can be somewhat difficult because our heads have to be on a swivel. So we have to learn to adapt and adjust because we also have a lot of other children. And it's not fair. And this is something that a lot of people do not talk about. When you have a child on the spectrum or a special needs child, and then you also have other children, sometimes the other children can feel like they're not getting special treatment or they're not being seen or heard. And that is something that my husband and I, we're very, very conscious of. So we make sure that we always incorporate them. And it's hot outside. We live in New York City, okay? So if we can't take them to the pool, we got an inflatable pool. And our kids are city kids. So yes, did we inflate the pool? Absolutely. Did they have a blast? Of course they did. Did I get some sun in there? Did I put a little two-piece with a little shawl over to get a little bit of sun? Of course I did. And who's going to tell me what? Who's going to tell me otherwise? Exactly. So I say all of that to say I am not putting on makeup today. Just going to put a little sunscreen, do my regular skincare, and keep it pushing. I may do my eyebrows a little because, they shape the face. And a little tint, a little tint. The hair is going to be the star of the show, baby. The hair is going to be the star of the show. Actually, no, I'm lying. I'll probably do a little face. Okay, I'm done talking. I'm going to get ready to go to the ceremony. And last fun fact, Stacey had red hair when he was born. It was the cutest thing ever. I don't really have a lot of pictures because it was around COVID and it was just a lot. So yeah. If you guys want a story time about the day he was actually born, the delivery, the labor situation, that is a whole nother thing. That day was definitely a movie. Let me get ready. Let me transform. I just finished blow drying my hair. Now I'm going to do the light makeup that I told everyone I was gonna do. I'm just gonna put my serums. I use INNBEAUTY Project, their firming and plumping serum. It is very good. It's 9:17, so I still have some time. I want to leave by 9:30, the latest, because we have to find parking. And then I follow it up with their Extreme Cream, which is their firming and lifting moisturizer. I also have Kiehl's, their daily moisturizer, their daytime cream, and their nighttime cream. So I do fluctuate, but I tend to use this brand 5 times a week. And then I'll use Kiehl's like on the weekend when I want my skin to reset. But this is like my go-to everyday routine for my skin. And then I do have 2 different types of Baby Girl was in my drawer yesterday, so it's a little bit more chaotic right now because I can't really find everything. But since I'm not gonna do a lot of makeup, even though I said I wasn't gonna do any makeup at all, I do like to wear Totally Juicy Lip Tint by Sephora. It just gives me a little color and that helps a lot. Since it's gonna be really hot and I'm running crunch on time, I can't really do the moisturizer because I also just lost it. I have no idea where it is. I'm just gonna do a little bit of eyebrow shaping. My face does have moisturizer, so it's gonna be good. And this is the Sephora collection. I once heard someone say your eyebrows are supposed to be cousins, not twins. I don't agree with that. At least fraternal. Like they need to be some type of twins or like really, really look alike siblings. All right, I need to find this moisturizer. Found it. It is CC cream and I use Fair Light. I'm not doing much at all. Like look at my face right now, y'all. This is what I'm doing. I literally dabbing. 2 dabs. 2 dabs is so much, especially when it comes to this particular brand. And if you do your skincare properly, sometimes even 1 dab is perfect. Like you don't need too much. For me, at least. Like I am very good with skin prep. Now, the real star of the show is the mascara. Bad Gal Bang is that girl. Now you get it from Benefit. They have them in waterproof and the regular. They have them in blue, black, and brown. I use the brown. I'm not even gonna roll. I'm not even gonna use the crumper thingy. I'm just gonna put a little bit because again, we don't want to do too much today. But look at that difference, y'all. People compliment me so much now on my lashes. And I'm like, thanks. They're like, what kind of lashes do you use? I'm like, I don't. I use mascara. And I feel like I've grown up so much ever since I stopped using clusters. Because now I don't need them. I just use this. I am going to go sometime this week to Sephora and get the waterproof one. Because sometimes I do. It is, you know, spring, allergy season. And even though I'm really good with taking care of myself, like using Claritin and things like that, you know, sometimes you can't help it but sneeze and do a little teary eye action. Look at that difference, y'all. You see it? Finish it off with one size powder. And I'm using the Sephora Collection powder brush just to mat everything out. After this, put some spray. This is literally like my 5-minute routine. And I use one size Until Dawn mattifying. I used to be a dewy girl. Not no more. My face is already oily naturally, so I'm just not trying to do all that. It's supposed to be 3 minutes to set, but I've used this product so much that I already kind of know my body and how it works with the product. So I'm good. Just a little bit of blush on top because I forgot to put it. And I'm not even adding more blush. I'm just using the blush that's already on. We're done. I didn't do lip liner. Didn't need to because of the lip tint. I'm just going to take out these little roll situation, add a little bit of Kevin Murphy, which is my go-to oil. It's called Young Again. It's a little on the pricey side. Honestly, no, I take that back because almost everything is the same price nowadays. It's in the same, it's your average price point of oil, which is like 45 to 50 bucks. Now we're gonna take these off. Okay, now we're gonna do the top. And voila, we're done. Come with me now officially. And it's 9:28, so now I gotta run. Okay, we have arrived at the school. And I think everybody's waiting. But we found parking. And we're gonna see our kid.
Okay, our next award is the Creative Mind Award. This goes to Stacey. What are you doing?
That's it. Okay, so our boy wanted to go to Yard House. We did give him the option to go to either Yard House, actually anywhere he wanted, but since we know he loves pizza, we were like, okay, are we doing Yard House or are we gonna go to Villaggio's in Tuckahoe? We have not been to Villaggio's in a while, so there's a very high chance Dad and I are gonna go. And then we're gonna go separately. But there's also another pizzeria right next to Yard House in Ridge Hill. It's called Public Pizzeria, but they open at noon. And realistically, we're not waiting that long. So we are going to our favorite family location. Stacey, you happy? What kind of award you got? What kind of award you got? You don't know the award you got? You got an award for creative mind. Stop it. Okay, so I got a Korean barbecue Philly cheesesteak. Sometimes it's spicy, sometimes it's not. I got my favorite French fries, which are sweet potato truffle fries. Hubby got a carnivore style pizza, and the man of the hour got his regular pizza with truffle fries. You pointing truffle fries? And of course he got a lemonade, and we got Shirley Temples because they're just that good. So yeah. Okay, you guys, we are done. We are back home. I am waiting for the girls to get out of school, and we're gonna just do a light dinner today. I'm gonna catch up on some shows. I have to do a lot of admin work, but All in all, Stacey had an amazing morning. He received an award for the most creative mind in the classroom, and I just couldn't be any more prouder because my boy got a brain. Okay, very excited. It's still a little bit heartbreaking because, like I said, he is my last boy until, the universe grants me with grandchildren, and one day I'll have a grandson. Who knows? But yes, this is the last boy, and he moved up. He is going to second grade. Very excited for him. Very, very, very proud of him. And I just wanted to give you a little bit of a glimpse of that because I don't really show the kids a lot, even though this is a lifestyle, self-care, and motherhood YouTube channel. Parenting can be very tricky, especially when you're doing a lot of different age groups, when you're, raising a lot of different age groups. So yeah. Also, can this hair get a moment? Like, y'all. All right. I will see you guys next week. I do want to do a parenting video pretty soon, and it's going to be with a special needs accessibility swim school. I finally found one in the city that all the instructors are trained for children with special needs that they can accommodate so that they can teach how to swim. You guys know special needs. We are a special needs family. We have a child that is nonverbal autistic level 3, and they also have officially been classified, diagnosed, meets the criteria of ADHD as well. So we are a special needs family, and it is extremely dear and true to our hearts to find basic needs and things that my kid is going to need later on in life. And swimming is not just something that they absolutely love to do because they love the water, but it's also a life skill. A lot of organizations have crazy wait lists, and I get it because they have just a rolling enrollment situation. If you do not know what a rolling enrollment is, it is when you enroll your child into a program, and it could be a 3-month program, but once the next sessions come on, if you're already enrolled, you just can continue to. That is amazing for the people that are in the program. But for newer families like myself, or other families that have not been diagnosed, or babies haven't even been born yet that, will have special needs, the wait lists become ridiculous. And there is such a huge need for professionals and instructors and caregivers and just humans across the board to choose jobs with special needs children that there's a huge hole, especially in New York City. Yeah, so that's gonna be a different vlog. I'm probably gonna do that very, very soon because it is getting nicer outside, so it'll be a lot easier to do that. I didn't want to do that in the winter. It took me a very long time to actually find an organization that has instructors, and I'm just excited to share that with you guys. So all in all, moving up ceremony completed. Lunch with our boy was a success, and it's bittersweet. He's growing up. Enjoy your babies while you have them young, because in the blink of an eye they grow up. I'm not crying. I'm not about to start crying here on the internet. Okay. All right, love you guys. See you next week.